longer, and there must be many more created, so he thought, and so he directed his research. He found some answers. Led by the brilliance of Hoshi, a Japanese woman who had stubbornly stayed in China when her emperor's troops withdrew, Dr. Shin discovered the organic precursor to the spirit medicine that was afterward used by the May 4th movement. And in concert with Hoshi and others, the names these others were assigned at birth don't matter as much as what they did, he created the spirit medicine out of this precursor fungus, nourishing it and making of it a substance capable of binding humans to one another in new ways. He also developed protocols for its administration. The most effective of these protocols were those performed in person, but mass administration could predispose large populations to easy influence and incorporation into the whole later, as long as individual sympathizers to the revolution followed it up. Still, there were drawbacks. For one thing, the sensual nature of kinning, as Hoshi and Shin came to call the process of forming spirit medicine bonded groups, could frighten off potential recruits. Some already in sexual or romantic relationships brought their partners along with them. These attested to its healthiness. But some, mother-daughter pairs and others anxious to avoid the slightest hint of incest in their doings, and those who wished to live their lives completely chaste, hung back. They promised they would fight in May 4th's revolution without benefit of the special abilities bestowed by treatment with the spirit medicine, the heightened empathy shared with fellow inoculants, and the enhanced sensitivity to the smell of lies. For another thing, each act of kinning led to the formation of only a small affinity groups that Hoshi dubbed cores. Anywhere from 3 to 6 people could join together so. In the presence of 7 or more, no further kinning took place. Trying to add a 7th to an existing core only resulted in the sort of incomprehension with which decadent white men viewed their brown servants. Seeking to combat the limitations imposed by their size, Dr. Shin adjusted the spirit medicine's application procedures and its subsequent growth patterns so that in each core one member was able to connect with other similar members and so to influence their cores, powerfully though indirectly. He called such members nodes. The erotic charge that permeated kinning proved stubborn. Neither Shin nor Hoshi nor any of their revolutionary colleagues were able to eliminate it before the May 4th movement requested a large store of spores to be carried abroad by their newly commissioned air-canoe, Shumu. Fortunately, Ho Bilung, sister of Shumu's designer Ho Lin Huang, had come up with a promising new spirit medicine strain that seemed to work as well as the original, but without its troublesome, potentially sexual side effects, which is the point at which Chapter 1 starts. Perhaps, however, you'd like a broader view? In that case, the antagonist's perspective offers a completely different angle on any story. To the minds of many Europeans, much of the world appeared useless during much of its history. Widespread warfare heightened this perception. There were winners and there were losers, and the winners of the Great War, France, England, Russia, and the United States of America chiefly, had no patience with its losers, Germany, Hungary, Turkey, and their allies. These minds classified the losers as beggars, pleading for scraps of the winners' wealth and culture, with that traitorous side-switcher Italy bottom of the rank. Even lower in estimated value than Italy, though, stood the Europeans' colonies, whether friendly or hostile to the winners' cause. Lands that were home to non-Caucasians were deserts, swamps, jungles, wildernesses rank with the odors of untamed savages. They were worth only whatever could be ravished away from them. Until the colonies provided answers to 2 questions. The first of these was, why were the vast majority of the victims of the Maltese influenza white? Review of their living circumstances brought a touch of clarity to the issue, because when whites lived abroad and in close proximity to coloreds, in cities such as Alexandria and Bombay and Mombasa, the disease caused them far fewer casualties. Rumors of a secret vaccine coincided with the discovery of early trials of May 4th spirit medicine, and led to the conclusion that that was the source of the lower orders' protection and its extension to the higher.